Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's me, the off-grid warrior and ranger. He's right next to me right now, licking himself. It's good to see everybody here. I see the usual gang is milling around as usual. Good to see you guys. Thanks for swinging in. Who we got here? Tomahawk. Good evening, Tomahawk. Mr. Artiford, I see is here and on the Off-Grid Warrior chat, which I am monitoring. For those of you who want to chat somewhere other than on YouTube, you can go to offgridwarrior.com. Who else is here? Kevin, good to see you, Kevin. Good evening. Natal is here. Hello, Natal. Mike P, greetings. Good to see you guys. Who else is here? Okay. Mr. Ardiford, you're there. Awesome. Glad to see your website is back up and running. Yeah, Tomahawk. I'm not sure what happened there. I had some issues. The site essentially went down on me as we were streaming, and I had no access to it for I don't know, about 10 minutes. I couldn't do anything in the background on my website. So it appears to be fixed now. I won't go into detail, but there were a couple things that could have gone wrong. One of which was a mystery person who logged in just before the site went down. I was looking at the logs, and there's some weird activity with a person who logged on, but I'm not sure. And then, yeah, it could have just been a web, a host server issue. So, anyways, I won't bore you with that tech stuff. Who else is here? Funny how that coincided with Maduro takedown. I guess, I wish I was that important, Tomahawk, but yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with that. Is that what they're calling it, a takedown, huh? Okay, audio good. Thank you, Family Plane. Yeah, did I even ask for an audio check? I usually do. But thanks. Good to know. I could be talking, I have spoken for, like 2 minutes, not realizing that the audio wasn't even working. Actually, I've gone on for longer than 2 minutes with audio being down. Thank you, Family Plan. Good to see you, man. Audio good. Jason Allen got the hair all fixed up. What's happening, brother? Hope winter's treating you good. What do you mean? I got my hair fixed up? Yeah, I did a self haircut, guys. I don't know, a few days ago. I need to give it round two because, as usual, my hair clippers. I have these cheap USB hair clippers, which are a little on the weak side, but they work. But over the years, the battery doesn't last very long. So to cut my hair, it usually takes 2 charges. So yeah, it's looking a bit rough. Thank you for mentioning my hair. All is good up here. Winter's been very mild, guys and gals. Very mild winter. I was really expecting a lot more snow at this point. I haven't even been able to fire up or run the snowmobile. There just hasn't been enough snow. Today and yesterday, it's been drizzling for 2 days, on and off. It's drizzling now, I believe. At least it was before I came in. So there's a lot of mush. I'm seeing mud and snow, and very unpleasant. Not ideal. So very slow winter. I'd rather have snow than this mush, for sure. Where is that murderer of beets? It's coming up. It's coming up, Natal. Good news today, folks. The video today is only 23 minutes long, all right? So I won't put you through, 40 minutes of watching me pick my nose up here. So you guys should be able to handle 20 minutes tonight. Man, yeah, Happy New Year's to everybody, if I haven't already chatted to you. Hopefully you had a good New Year's, and I hope this year is better than last year for you. I really do hope it is. God willing, that is. Mike P. Where am I? Back to Chacha. Did you get the gift card for the grocery store? Mr. Artiford, I have not been into town for some time now. I'm trying to arrange a ride to town, a lift to town and back. I haven't heard back from the person yet. So it's been a while since I've been into town. I'm really hoping, I'm hoping there's a gift card for the grocery store because, yeah, that would be an absolute super gift right now. I'll let you know as soon as I know. Like I said before, I will call you on the live stream if something is going wrong. Gotcha, Tomok. Appreciate it. Family plan. The takedown of the website was called Enduring Tyranny. Just another op. Good one, family plan. You like the weather for winter? What are you saying, Natal? You like this muddy, drizzly stuff? You'd rather have this than, good snow on the ground? It's difficult for me not having a vehicle, and the quad is down too, guys. My quad is not running. I can't get it fired up. Dead in the water, so moving around in this mush up and down a mountain, hiking water, and I haven't bought any groceries yet, but moving anything up and down this mountain in mush is way worse than moving it up and down in snow with good snow on the ground. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that, Natal. I don't know where you are exactly and what your weather's like, but I don't like this muddy stuff. Stephen Lambert, Happy New Year to you too. Stephen Lambert, welcome. I'm not sure if you're a regular. I don't recognize your name, but thanks for swinging by, mate. I appreciate it. Kevin, it's New Year. Seems same as last year. Oh man, I like to be optimistic, guys, but I think 26 is not on a personal level, but I think we're going to have to endure a lot more insanity. I don't actually do New Year's resolutions. I haven't done one for, 12, 13 years. But I've decided to pull back away from knowing things. I simply, every time I fire up the tablet or, start scrolling what's going on, I'm just left feeling very disappointed. And yeah, so I'm going to, that's my New Year's resolution, as cheesy as that is, guys. Let's not call it a resolution. I think less is going to be more as far as information goes this year. Anyways, for those of you perhaps new on the sidelines, I see we have a few in the sidelines that aren't partaking in chat. That's fine. I like to hang out in the dark shadows too and not participate in most things, so I get it. But what I typically do here is I film some of my activities living up here on the mountain with my dog Ranger Danger. And then I put a little video together and we watch it during the live stream. And you're more than welcome to comment if you have any questions, criticisms. I'm a big boy. I can take constructive criticisms. Feel free to do that in chat. I do watch the chat and read the chat, and I'll try and answer you if it's worthwhile answering you. So we're going to get into that. And then if you want to, after the stream, we hang out for a while and go from there. I do have a couple announcements I'll make later on after the video. I'm going to be mixing it up and changing a few things here. And I'm going to let Ranger out again. You guys know how it goes. Let me let my dog out. I'll be right back. I know, it's very rude. Very rude indeed. Ranger, buddy. Did you say cheese? The cheese is gone, Tomahawk. The cheese came to an end, and it's looking bleak in here right now. I was laying down the other day outside in the snow, and we had some, and I was thinking about different types of cheese. Anyways, yeah, good resolution. I might take a page out of that book. Yeah, I mean, I periodically take detoxes from knowing stuff, but I think I'm going to try and just wean off the partaking in news. It's always the same, and it's always quite gross. So there you go. Cheese and beta. Okay, guys, gals. Hopefully you like to watch some weird guy up in a mountain murder his beets, because that's what you're going to get coming up right now. Off-grid warrior murdering his beets. Let me know once the video gets going if the audio and everything is going good. All right, here we go. If I can just click the actual button and hit transition. Let's go. Okay, the quad that doesn't want to start anymore, and, well, quite frankly, any more snow and quad doesn't go anywhere. Well, I mean, it'll be a challenge to get this quad anywhere right now, even if it was running. Let's see, I have 4 pieces of mechanical equipment. 3 of them broke down. Hopefully the snowmobile the snowmobile holds up for me through this winter, when we get enough snow to fire it up, that is. But yes, don't judge me. I know I've been a little slack on. Oh no, I've been a little slack on taking care of the beets, guys. I know. I'm terrible. Look at these beets waiting for me. They're fine. They're in the ground. We need to definitely do a clean up in here. But right now we're going to get these beets out. These beets. Yeah, I've been a little lackluster on the beets, gents. Hello, beet. Think maybe I left that a little too long. The jumbo beet. Look at that thing. Chickens are going to have a blast with some greens, hopefully. Oh boy, chicken's gonna be excited. Let's put the camera down. Open gate. Pick up camera. No, Ranger, you stay there. Stay. Okay, ladies, the mother load has arrived. Are you excited? Go eat. There's a whole bunch of food there. Come on, come on. Do I need to herd you out like cattle? Go discover your food. They know it's there. Come on. Hot dot. Hot dot. Dot dot. Come on, ladies. Go, go. Go, 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 go. Go look and see what's out there. Come on. Come on. I know you don't like the snow. Come on. Look at all that treats there. Look at all those treats. Have at it. Okay, a few items out of the weather secured. We still have some space in here for who knows what else we'll need to go undercover. What's next? Continue with the beets. Okay, got the fire going. We've got a some icy water in there. We'll get that boiling, and then yeah, we'll toss the beets in there, get a boil going so we can get the skins off easily, and we'll go from there. I think I'm going to throw some ball with Ranger. He deserves it. Hey buddy, where's your ball? Want to play ball? Where's your ball? Need some more water for the beet boiling. Fresh water from the sky. Okay. Onwards. Chickens, you like beets? Yeah, that's a beet. Okay, the beets are getting their light boil. I've still got a ways to go to get that water, boiling in there. I haven't actually done it this way before. Usually I peel the beetroot skins off with a knife. But you can give them a light boil, and apparently that allows you just to kind of rub the skin off the beet. So that's in theory what I'm doing here, a light boil so I can remove the skin easily, leaving as much beet still intact. And then once we got the skin off, I will boil them a little longer. Of course, I don't want them soft or mushy because we're going to be pickling these beets. I want a little bit of crispiness to the beets. So I don't know, a little bit of an experiment today with boiling them to get the skin off. So we'll see what happens. Well, it looks like some kind of slaughter took place over here. I butchered those beetroots good and thorough. So the big beetroots, I split them up, quartered the big guys up, and we're boiling them a little bit longer. I've got the smaller ones here which are fairly well cooked through. So we don't want to cook them anymore or boil them anymore, so just the big guys in there, ordered up. And I think once we're done with that, we're going to move the operation indoors. It's getting late in the afternoon, and we're going to move indoors and do the actual pickling brine for the beetroots inside tonight, in the comfort of the cabin. Yeah, that's it. The outdoor beet action is done. Ranger seems to be munching on some beets. Like that, Ranger? Okay, let's go. Oh yeah. I think we have sufficiently boiled the beets. Now to drain the beets. Check it out. We got a lot of beets to deal with. Look at that. Nice. We'll get everything indoors and make smaller chunks and make some nice pickling brine. Looks like I absolutely murdered something here. Well, greetings. Salutations, guys and girls. It's Ranger. And me. Following some tracks through the hood here. Hopefully you guys are doing well. It's about 31 degrees right now. 32, 31. I checked about 2 hours ago. We got a little less sun now. So low 30s. Ranger and I are taking our afternoon stroll. Our afternoon stroll. By scroll I mean, buddy, you're gonna yank me down the mountain here. By scroll I mean stroll. Ranger's taking me for a walk, guys. Hey. Ranger, buddy, come on, buds, give me a break here. You got to sometimes I wonder what am I gonna do with you. Oh, Ranger, what are we gonna do with you, buddy? Huh? What are we gonna do with you? Yep, here I am. Yeah, we are. My undisciplined dog, Ranger, who pretty much drags me around the woods when we go for walks. Right now he smells something on the right flank. I don't smell it, but I'm sure whatever he's smelling can probably hear me right now. We're just, you know, doing what we do best. Wander around the woods aimlessly, wondering what are we going to do next. I can hear the distant thundering roar of train on railway track. Big train engine, about 8 miles away. Yeah, and I can hear it. What's the dealio, buddy? Huh? What's the dealio? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get up and continue the journey home. Sometimes I just like to lay down and ponder. A lot of pondering lately. Oh, buddy, wrong breed. Did I get the wrong breed or what? It's really frustrating walking around the woods with this dog. It's actually at this point not enjoyable. I think the next few times I do this, he's staying at home. Sorry, buddy. Okay, cue all the suggestions on how to train a dog and what I'm doing wrong. Please don't tell me I need to buy all these things to train him either, alright? When it comes to buying things, the only thing is 2-minute noodles, alright guys? Maybe some killing, but we won't discuss that. Okay, cheers. Ready, buddy? We're gonna get out of here. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go eat some 2-minute noodles. Sometimes I wonder, what I'm gonna do, 'cause there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. Don't worry, I'm not gonna quit my day job and become a singer. Summertime blues. Everything's fine, guys. I don't need any kind of intervention. Serious. It's all good. What are you smelling there, Ranger? Something up ahead? Huh? What are you smelling? Buddy, we've got to go forwards. Come on, go. Go. Yeah. He smells something up here. That's the direction we're heading. I'll just continue singing one of my favorite songs. We'll broadcast to all the critters that may or may not be up ahead, letting them know that the OGW, is on his way. And Doggo. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, 'cause there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. Wash, rinse, and repeat. There's a nice, warm, cozy space inside there right now. Yes. I think I might treat myself to a shower tonight. That's right, ladies. If I start now, I'll be clean in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It takes a while to get the snow melted and boiled and in the shower bag, but yeah, I'll be nice and clean, squeaky clean. Too much information? Probably. Cheers, guys. Hey, buddy. You gonna let me throw the ball? You let me throw the ball? Well, look at that view, guys. The moon. Trust me, it's up there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Just a beautiful evening, and as I pan around, look at the beautiful orange and blue sky. Most importantly, look at the chimney, billowing smoke, indicating that inside there is a nice, warm, inviting environment. Nice. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, 'cause there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. Okay, I think we're back. Let me know in chat if we are back. I'm really sorry I had to put you guys through me singing on 3 separate occasions. Of course, the third one I had to slow down so I could make it extra painful. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Everything's fine, okay? I'm perfectly normal. Nothing is wrong. I don't need to be saved. Okay, good on audio. Thanks, Family Plan. Okay. I saw a few questions back there that I hadn't got to. Yeah, that was yeah, I actually did those beets about 2 weeks ago. And I got five jars, quart jars. I made 5 quart jars, and I have 2 left. So let's just say I've eaten a lot of pickled beets the last couple of weeks. I'm definitely, the inside of my body is probably red. Okay, what did I miss over there? Kentucky Todd, yeah, you're talking about leashes and training collars and so on. Yeah, I like the idea of a training collar. It's just about funds right now. I think you may be onto something. The fact that he's run around for free and as a free doggy for so long, it's a super struggle fest now. I must also admit, I put little to no training into Ranger, you know. So I am reaping what I sowed with Ranger. He's staring at me right now as I'm mentioning his name. Let's get him. Hey, buddy, we're talking about you, okay? Yes, you. He knows we're talking about him. But I think some kind of training collar with the sounds, the audio buzzes, and so on would be ideal. But it's just not financially feasible for me at this point. But I agree with you there, Kentucky Todd. Yes, I think I answered that one, Tomahawk, and Dangerous. What else did I miss over here? I saw something else. Eugene Fur, do not leave him home. If you nap on the ground, Ranger is your first line of defense from wildlife encroachment. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Eugene. It's, you know, for many years, I did not have a dog, and I spent a lot of time, actually more time than I do now, hiking and sleeping in the woods. and with no dog, and never had a problem. Of course, I know maybe I was lucky all that time, and I was very often in bear country. But I will say, though, that once you start having a dog and you start moving around the woods with a dog, and especially here, I do find myself moving around through the woods after hours when it's dark. And the dog has become somewhat of a comfort. Even though I did it for many years without a dog, I almost feel, let's just say, naked now if I'm walking around the woods, especially in the evening with no dog. What else we got here? I did actually work with somebody, family plan, several years ago when I was doing some claim staking out in Northeast Washington, out in the boonies. One of the folks I was working with was somebody who insisted on wearing bells every time we were out in the field. We used to spend, 12, 14, 15-hour days out in the woods walking these grid patterns, claim staking, and yeah, one of my coworkers liked to wear his bells, and I could every now and again, as I was up on the mountain making my way through the woods, every now and again I'd get this faint sound of like the jingle bells in the distance. No, I don't think I'll be wearing any bells anytime soon, though. Criminal paralegal, good to see you. Welcome. Shower. What does that mean? Right now, people are shaking their heads. Shower. Yeah, Mr. Artiford, Ranger does actually do a lot of pulling. Last winter when the snowmobile broke down and I was hauling things up on a sled on foot, I definitely roped in Ranger, and he did quite a bit of pulling and helping. Kentucky Todd, I'm sure I've asked you this, but why don't you use your chest rig for your pistol anymore? I have two safety clips on the chest holster, and one of the clips has failed, is broken. It's a clip, and so I just find myself if I'm hiking or walking or traversing up and down the mountain, I prefer just to put it on my hip, just because of the safety. One of the safeties now missing or not operational on the holster. I have lost my pistol before out of the chest harness and chest holster, and I've lost it in deep snow, and I had to go back with a metal detector many weeks later and to find my pistol. And so ever since then, if the holster is not in 100% working condition, I don't feel happy holstering, especially if I'm moving around a mountain. So I need to resolve the issue and safety clip before I start using it again. So it depends on the terrain too. Even though the clip is broken, I do occasionally holster that way. If the ground is even and I'm doing like old man stuff or just walking on a straight road. But I don't want my pistol popping out of the chest rig again and getting lost in the snow. That was a kind of a long answer, but hopefully that makes sense. Okay. We're back. I'm not going crazy, Natal. I've always been crazy, so we're fine. I manage it fine. I manage my craziness just fine. I present as normal. Family plan, OGW question. How do you stay sane living up in the mountains with only the beets and Ranger to keep you company? Oh man, the beets keeps beating in my head. Yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy. I just stay as far away from civilization and society, and I find that my survival up here gets. It's only difficult doing this when I have to mix with society often. I know that makes no sense. It's very easy, family plan. You just go about your day. Criminal paralegal, I no longer need my training collar. The dog I used it for has passed away. Well, you said you will take a shower, treat yourself. Yeah, I knew what you're referring to, Criminal Mind. Tomac, OGW, so you have a pistol or a handgun? Tomahawk, I have to be very careful. There's a reason why I don't discuss firearms in general or go too far down that tunnel on the channel, because what I've found, particularly on YouTube and in social media and online in general, is that everybody is a firearms professional. To be clear for the record, I am not a firearms professional. I am a firearms user. A firearm is just a tool. It's like I look at my shovels and I say, do I want to use a spade for this job, or do I want to use a shovel for this job? And so I'm very cautious about getting into kind of any conversation around firearms. I'll let the tactical bros and, you know, the gun bros and the special op bros get into. There's great channels for firearms discussions. I'm just a Neanderthal, Tomahawk. What do I know? I call it the bazooka. Pistol works for me, sir. Pistol. Right. YouTube is funny about that stuff, T. Yeah. Training collar will come your way. Ooh, nice, criminal paralegal. I appreciate that. We'll see how that goes. Ranger definitely needs. I'm working a lot with him now on leash. Every time I go outside the gate, he's on leash. Like 99% of the time. 1% of the time that I don't, he runs now. It's like, I got freedom. I'm out of here. Right. What else did I miss there? I apologize if I missed any good questions. If you have something really important you want to ask or discuss, drop it in chat. I am going to take this opportunity. Sorry, guys, I have to do it. I am dropping a link into chat, and this is a PayPal link. If anybody's in any position, I know we just got through Christmas. Everybody spent money on their families and such, which you should. Christmas is a special time. But if anybody can help out right now, supporting the channel, if you can use that link, PayPal link. Also in the description to this stream, there is a Cash App link, and there are a couple other options to support the channel. I'm really hoping to get into town this week. It's been quite some time, and I'd like to be able to pick up some groceries and some gas. So if anybody can help, particularly with that link I just posted, and support in any way, I'd really, really appreciate it, guys. I haven't been running advertisements on these streams. I know a lot of folks weren't enjoying the advertisements. I don't either. So I've turned advertisements off, so there's no income coming in from these streams. So if you can help, I'd appreciate it. Whew. On that note, we'll move on. Thank you, guys. All right. We've got a few viewers. Anybody got any questions? Those of you on the sidelines, you know, we don't bite here. Tomahawk bites, but everybody else is pretty chill. You can come on in and chat if you want. You know, I was surprised I didn't actually discuss how I pickle my beets or how I make the pickling juice. I was surprised that nobody asked me what my recipe is, so it's very simple. I'm going to tell you anyway, even though nobody asked me. It's equal portions of vinegar and water. So let's just say a cup of water, a cup of vinegar. I like to use white wine vinegar, but I'll also splash apple cider in that if I have it. And then I use, I halve that amount. So then half a cup will be sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of salt. And that's it. If I'm super lucky, I will, if I have some chilies or onions laying around, I like to chop up some onions and put it with the beets as well. So equal parts water and vinegar, and then you halve that for sugar, and then 2 teaspoons salt. I have 2 more jars of pickled beets left, and I'm going to give it a break. I'm a little beat up, guys. So I'm going to hang on to the last 2 beet jars for as long as possible. Give my body a beet break. Treats in the pockets is key. Yeah. Are you talking for doggo? That is part of the strategy I'm implementing now, Family Plan. Eugene Fur, treats, whistle, reward. Gotcha, Eugene Fur. I am working on that now. I've had some discussions. I recognize I was a, I don't like to say lazy dog owner or trainer or non-trainer in the beginning. I just treated my dog like I like to be treated. No, I don't like to be bossed around. I don't really like to be told what to do. So I thought, I am going to give this type of freedom to my dog. Clearly, that was the wrong decision. So I'm working on it now, though. I got the basics down. Steve Lambert, I was curious about your recipe. Yeah, did that make sense, Steve Lambert? 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water, half cup sugar, 2 teaspoons or tablespoons. No, teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of salt. I think I got that right. It's really basic. And this is refrigerated pickling. I'm not like canning for long term. When you do it this way, obviously they go into your fridge, right? And, 2 or 3 days later, they're good to go. I started eating mine on day 2. Like I do with everything that I cure or pickle, I start eating it way too early. Tomok, OGW, I will see the wall of cards and pictures is growing nicely. Yeah, we have, anybody ever wants to send me a card, you can too, guys. If you can't support me, send me a card. I do like cards. I do love reading cards. All these cards behind me here are from folks in chat, and that's great too, especially in winter. Now, I don't have a vehicle to get to town, so I don't get mail very often. But when I do, it's really nice to make that trip into town and have some mail. Of course, I do go sometimes and there's 0 in the mail, which is sad. But yeah, you can send me a card, guys. Send me a picture of you in the 80s doing something super rad. Or maybe you're still doing super rad things. Letters are good. I love reading letters. Old school handwritten letters. It's a skill so many have, just don't employ anymore. Okay, good, Steve. I'm glad that kind of made sense. It's really, really easy recipe and tastes delicious. Libertarian dog owner equals missing dog. Oh, that's a low blow, sir. I definitely don't consider myself libertarian. Okay, maybe libertarian idea 40 years ago may have been a noble one. I would say it's since been taken over, but we won't get into that here. If you do want to get into more in-depth conversations and open chat, Friday evenings, for those of you watching, Friday evenings at 6 p.m. on offgridwarrior.com/TV. I stream on my site, not on YouTube, on my side only. And, we usually watch a movie and just have some kind of open chat. So you may want to consider that if you have nothing to do on a Friday evening. If you're the type of person that likes to be home on a Friday evening, the boring type, just sitting at home doing nothing, you can visit me at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm trying to get the link because I'm lazy. I'm not going to type it out. There it is. Yeah, there's the link in chat, folks. If you ever want to visit me on a Friday evening at 6, that's where I stream. Family plan, but you used the collars and didn't free range. Exactly. Criminal Paralegal OGW, will you ever do a cookbook? Now you guys are just trying to be funny. No, I am I'm more of an eater than a professional chef. Actually, I won't be doing any books. Yeah. But yeah, pretty basic up here, folks. I do have an advanced palette, but palettes, is that correct? I feel like I'm painting something. That's a palette. Palette. A palette. Yes, I do have an advanced palette, but my cooking skills, I would say, are mediocre. Meat, I know how to cook meat. I know how to cure meat. I don't know where I'm going with this conversation. No cookbook. So, an eating book, yes. Excellent family plan. I am going to do an eating book on how to eat, not how to cook, on how to eat, how to enjoy your meal. I could do that book for sure. What else we got, folks? What else we got? OGW, did you see my previous post about Hickory Farms holiday basket? I might have missed that one. I'm scrolling back. What? So you're going to tell me there was some kind of recall and I shouldn't have eaten the one? I shouldn't have eaten it? Was there a recall, a Hickory Farms recall? No, I missed it, Tomahawk. Yeah, I'm scrolling. I can't see it. I'm trying to avoid the mic silence. They tell me, streamers should always avoid silence on the mic. That's why I keep on urging you guys to ask me questions, because I can't do this on my own. I'm definitely not a streamer. I mean, clearly, look at me, guys. I mean, not a streamer. I need you to give me the questions. No, it's on its way, and it's the largest one they sell. Oh my gosh, Tomahawk. You're too good. Tomahawk is turning out to be my dealer, my meat dealer. Thank you, Tomahawk. It shall be consumed. What's the next holiday I can celebrate up here with my meat and cheese? They actually included some crackers in the last one. That was nice. Recall on the cheese. It causes the squeeze. Oh, boy. Sounds dangerous, folks. Anyways, how long have we been going? Oh. We're only an hour into this, guys. Normally, Normally, I only look at the time when we're like 2.5 or 3 hours into it. Not used to such a short clip. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it easier to get through these streams when I have a 20-minute clip as opposed to a 40-minute clip? I should probably mention that I am considering changing the format up here on the channel. I've been experimenting with the whole live stream for a while now, and I think I might have to put some focus back on the single standalone videos. I haven't quite pulled the trigger yet on how I want to deal with live streams and how often I'll be doing them, because I know it's still early days and I haven't been doing it for very long, but let's just say, you know, I have to run my generator for multiple hours to do these live streams. For those of you who don't know, I am actually off-grid, and I do have to run my generator to run the, you know, Starlink and run the desktop and do all this stuff. So, you know, there's quite often that I run these streams and, you know, how do I say this? There's very little that comes in, but I am using a lot of gas. So I need to look at some other options here, and I think I'll be attempting to put some emphasis on more of the old style off-grid warrior videos, and getting out and doing standalone videos and slowing down on the streams, because it's been a little bit of a struggle fest. I'm always concerned about gas and getting to town to get gas and to top up gas. So it's just, there's going to be some changes here. I think we might drop down to maybe 1 or 2 streams a month, live streams on YouTube. I am going to continue streaming on my website though for the elite club. Yes, I do have an elite club. If you want to be part of that, you just need to go to my website. There's no fee. You don't have to pay anything or sell your soul. So that'll be on Friday evenings at 6 p.m. on my website. Those I'll stick to, but we may switch up the whole YouTube format. But I'll let you know when I do it. Okay, where are we? Valentine's Day. When's Valentine's Day? MLK Day? I don't know what that is, criminal paralegal. It'll be your Christmas gift for the 7th. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know. We're a few days away from the 7th. The actual Christmas. No, I don't want to start a fight online, but in Orthodoxy, Christmas is celebrated in January. So, anywho's, yeah, thank you, Tomahawk. Eugene Fur, have you ever done a video tour of your cabin? Eugene, you know, here's the thing. This is why I'm not a good YouTuber. There's certain parts of my life I'm comfortable sharing, and then there's other parts, maybe not so much. I think I would need a team of very attractive cabin cleaning ladies to come up here and to assist me in preparing the cabin for filming. Okay, but there'd have to be at least 2 nice ladies just taking care of everything while I manage, and then the cabin would be ready for filming. Yeah, so if that doesn't happen, I don't know about the inside tour. But on a serious note, Eugene, it's very tight in here. It is winter. I know this sounds like an excuse, but you know, some things are sacred that maybe I'm not ready to share. And plus, there's a lot of bodies in here laying around and hanging up. It would just be weird if I shared that with you. You wouldn't look at me in the same way, Eugene, if I showed you the inside of the cabin. Yes, one of the ladies that comes up here to assist with the preparation of the cabin needs to have at least a quad, preferably a four-wheel drive quad, a newer model. It'll also be nice if she has a nice pickup truck with maybe a long bed. I'd like her to have a long bed, some type of pickup truck. Also, maybe some timeshare in Costa Rica. Maybe a sailboat, like a 60-foot catamaran. So if you have any of that and you want to come up here and clean the cabin, let me know, okay? Yeah, I'm not going crazy, Eugene. I'm fine. Yeah, cost return on investment. Well, Eugene, I don't really want to. I actually do get enjoyment out of these streams. I like interacting. I have met some people, some good people in these chats. I don't like looking at this as a business, but I also don't. It's just tough for me to run my generator regularly for hours and not be able to afford the gas. So I don't. I could, yeah. I don't like to look at this as a sole business, but it is my only form of income. I'll be honest. If nobody donates, I get even hungrier up here, and I start to look at my gas containers and, wondering how I'm going to refill them. So yeah, there's that. I think I've beaten that topic to death at this point, but yeah, you understand, Eugene. Kevin, sounds like you need an old-fashioned hamster wheels to generate power. Get a couple hamsters, save your generator. Can I get a big wheel and just have some people running it? Hamsters gotta eat. Yeah, the hamsters do gotta eat. The mice have to eat. Everything around here, chickens, mice, quail. Mike P. Could do a YouTube one every 2 weeks, and at the site 2 weeks after that with videos in between. Yeah. Well, I need to put some emphasis, Mike P, on I do need to somehow create some more revenue somehow. I don't need a lot to live up here. I know this might shock some folks, but $400-500 I could live on a month. That's true. But when you're making like maybe 150 or 180 a month, and you're having to get to town to buy gas, it's rough. But we're gonna try the standalone videos again and see how they go. And there's only so much I can do here. Doing standalone videos and multiple streams a week, and not making enough money to pay for the gas is just a problem. So I'm working on it. We'll figure out something new to try here. Criminal paralegal. MLK Day equals Martin Lutheran King. I don't know what that is, criminal paralegal. Sorry. Moving on. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing track of chat over here. Cheaper than gas. Yeah, yeah, it would be cheaper than gas. Would I have to feed? Would I have to feed the hamsters? Tomahawk. Boo. MLK Day. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Tomahawk. Criminal paralegal. Do they have to be attractive? What, the hamsters or the ladies that come up here? I mean, yes, that would be nice. I gotta let the dog out, guys. Hang on. Okay. I'm gonna try and just read. It's tough to read all the all the chat, guys, especially when you're talking to each other. I'm not saying don't talk to each other, but I'm gonna try and just catch stuff that's actually for me. It's living in my head's bad enough, but when I got to read and understand your conversations at the same time to each other, it's a little challenging for a special needs person like myself. Okay, where are we? I think one is good enough, that space. Yeah, no, I was kind of overdoing it with two. One would do just fine. But, if she's got a sailboat somewhere in timeshare in Costa Rica, that's definitely a plus. Tomahawk, it puts the lotion on. Whispering Vine Studio, one woman isn't enough, lol. You're listening to that, Whispering Vines, are you? You're still here? Yeah, no, I was being silly. I don't need two women. I mean, one good woman. One good woman. And you know what? I'll be honest, she doesn't have to have the timeshare. She doesn't need to have the timeshare in Costa Rica, okay, guys? Just the sailboat. Eugene, for quad and pickup and timeshare equals attractive. Yeah. It's amazing how far. Oh, you missed the sailboat in there. And clarify, the pickup needs to be an actual pickup with at least an 8-foot bed, not one of these half beds, like these Honda pickup truck or something weird like that. You can't even use the bed. 250 long bed, check. Family plan. A cow's attractiveness is based on how healthy she is. That's true. Somebody's bringing some sense to the conversation. OGW, have you run your snow machine yet? No, Tomahawk. I haven't had enough snow, mate. I've started it a couple times just to make sure it's smoking good, and it starts up good. Appears to be wanting to go, but snow has been really lackluster, Tomahawk. It's pretty bad right now. 2 days of drizzle. The last 2 days have been drizzle, and everything is just mushy and yuck. I can see brown patches everywhere, so not looking good for snow machine yet. Eugene, for a Ranger running on a wheel hooked to a generator. Now we're talking. Ranger is a working dog. I need to figure out some kind of gizmo that generates electricity that he can power. Yeah. I mean, he's a massive licker, the type of dog that I've never really enjoyed is the breeds that lick a lot. And some dogs are really bad, and I had no idea, but I think I got the dog that likes to lick the most. So maybe if I could figure out some way we could use that licking instinct of his to power or charge my batteries, I think we'd be we'd be doing good. Tomahawk, don't forget to use dry gas for your fuel tank. Yes. I'm trying to remember if I put something at the end of last season. I feel like I put an additive, but then I drained it and I put just a little bit in. No, there's no additive in the fuel that I have in there now. Yeah, I need to pick that up. Just another thing for me to pick up. Thanks, Tomahawk. Could pilot a Patreon kind of thing, $1 or $2 a month, enough members. Yeah, Mike P. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I want to split myself on more platforms and that. I think I did sign up for Patreon at some point and attempted something there. I might even still have something on there. Mike P, yeah, there's just so many places that I want to be, have to log in here, check in there. Every time I run a stream or do something, I then need to market myself and do thumbnails for that, and then it'll be Patreon. And I know it sounds like sounds like I'm whining now, but there's a certain reason why I have the lifestyle that I do. the way I put myself through some discomfort. I like the simpleness of it. And I'll be honest, like, I am at the point where this is as much tech as I want to do. Like, there's a balance to play between, cutting down trees, hauling your own firewood, and then being a streamer or a YouTuber. It becomes, one can overpower the other. And I have to remind myself of the primary reason of why I'm up here, and that's to make life easier. So the more platforms and obligations I have online, the more accounts, the more things I have to log into, very easily will take me back to where I don't want to reside. So I appreciate the suggestion, and I understand the sentiment behind that, but it gets to a point where there's too much tech, and being on too many platforms starts to work against the ethos of this kind of lifestyle. It's a balance. It's a balance. Quite frankly, I would love to be doing this with some kind of retirement, because I'd be invisible. Like nobody would know what I'm doing up here. Seriously. But we do what we have to do at times. Tomahawk OGW, Ranger can power a small dog sled. He can. I have employed Ranger before on sled pulling. Hook Ranger's tongue up to turbines. Perfect. A tongue turbine. I need you to work on that, family plan. Let's workshop this tongue turbine. Criminal paralegal. It is exhausting to do all that video clips, edits, accounts, marketing. Exactly. OGW, are you going to show the documentary on your website this Friday, seeing how the 80s TV did not work out well? We'll definitely be showing something, Tomahawk, for sure. The usual Friday something. You know what I'm talking about. Eugene Fur, many platforms take too big a cut, especially big percentage for small accounts. Versus checking the mail is 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I understand the cut thing, the platform taking a cut. I've never really had a problem with that, but it's really, for me, it's more about sort of time management and how much of my soul I want to put into being an online persona and doing the whole marketing thing. I'm not very good at marketing myself, primarily because it doesn't feel honest, and it doesn't seem like a healthy pursuit. There's way too many narcissists out there already, and I think society in general right now is hyper focused on living for the likes, living for the thumbs up, the positive affirmations. There are people that can't get through their days without getting some kind of thumbs up. There are people that do things just and post things primarily driven by getting a whole bunch of thumbs ups. This is just a horrible way to live. So that's the line I always find myself walking, Eugene, with this whole tech thing and doing videos online. It's half of my spirit says yuck. The other half says I would like to be able to buy some 2-minute noodles this month and pay for gas. So that's the line I walk. Good night, everybody. It's been fun tonight. Thanks for swinging by, Whispering Vines. Good to see you. I hope all is well. We'll see ya. Okay. I hear a ranger outside barking. I'm gonna have to let him in. Yeah, but for $1 from a viewer, you get little of that versus 10 from a viewer. So small amount from many gives the platforms more than the channel gets. Yeah, yeah. I understand, Eugene. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a payment from YouTube for, I don't know, I think it's like 3 or 4 months now. YouTube has a minimum payout of $100, and so even if somebody donates using the YouTube functions, or donates anything via YouTube, if it's $5 or $10 or $20, I don't see that until I have $100 payout in YouTube. So I mean, I can literally wait months before I see anything. But I don't try too hard. Look, I'll be honest about that. So that's why I'm going to be trying the videos again, the standalone videos, and see if I can, perhaps make some changes there. Yeah, Ranger's in here and next to me. He's good now. Ranger raising Cain. Yep. I feel you. There are actually good guys I watch online that say just get out there and create content and you could be successful, but not everyone is built for it. Yeah. And I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses now, but when I started started capturing what I was doing in the cabin building days on YouTube, there was content out there, but there weren't a lot of there were a handful of off-gridders just doing their thing. And then at some point it became like, hey, you can make money on YouTube. Let's go do our dream. Let's go build our dream and we'll start a YouTube channel and monetize it. Can you imagine starting a lifestyle or doing something because you feel you can monetize it? Monetize your lifestyle. I don't know, call me old-fashioned or a grizzled old pessimist, but it's borderline ridiculous. Monetizing your lifestyle. So it became a thing, and there's no ways, Mike P, that I can really or even want to compete with all the young off-grid couples building cabins in the woods. And I know I've said this before. I don't have the cute wife in the yoga pants for the thumbnail. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes you have to pivot or do something else or just move on with life. But the way things are currently on YouTube, a guy like me, I'm not willing to fight that hard to compete with that. That wouldn't be living. That would be me trying to be something to make money, and that's why I appreciate just the handful of people that I have, and the support that I have got. I'm very grateful for, and I don't feel driven to rocket ship to the moon. I mean, really, things might have to change even more so. Just moving out of the whole YouTube thing, I really, if I can figure out the vehicle thing as soon as we get through winter, I really need to. I mean, I may have to just go get a job, which is which is reality for most people. It's a little more challenging for someone like me who lives this way out here. You know, but something's got to change here soon. I can tell you guys that. Some creators are just built different, like with yoga pants pulled up to the armpits. If you ever want to know if I'm getting crazy and I really need an intervention, is if I'm wearing yoga pants on one of my thumbnails, guys. If you ever see me posing with an AI picture and it's my face, but on like a buff body with yoga pants, I need your help. Okay, that's the code word for get up here and help me. Just a thought. Do you have some of your old videos from the cabin build? Maybe replay them today under a different tile. See if could bring. So yeah, Kevin. You know, YouTube has got really good with AI and algorithms. Sometimes people have clipped my content and put it in their videos, and I'll get a notification from YouTube saying we recognize your content was used over here. What would you like us to do about it? So that's happened a handful of times over the years. I always just say, take it down, and it disappears. So YouTube knows if you're repeating or using content, reusing it, and they're not going to let you benefit from that. I know this because when I first started streaming, I used to do these streams with a video and then release just the video later. And my views went from tens of thousands of views on my videos to like hundreds, like overnight. The views just went down on my standalone videos because, and then I got an email saying we noticed that this content was reused. So they don't like you doing that, reusing content. They don't like you doing it, and they don't like other people using your content, which is fine by me. So that's not really possible. And plus, it seems a little bit. I mean, the content's out there for anybody who wants to see it. I shouldn't have to repost it. Remember the days when we could turn our coupons in for their cash value. 1 of 20 cents equals 2,000 per $1. Remember the days, yeah. Colonel, you're not a sellout. Well, I mean, I don't know. Are you referring to having to market yourself? I don't think that's an honest pursuit. It feels disingenuous to me. So. It really suits someone with a narcissist tendency to really be driven for the likes and the thumbs up and the viewers. I mean, there was a time in my early YouTube experimentation when I was making some money and something was coming in every month. There was a time where I started paying attention to things like keyword and analytics, and then I start thinking about like, well, what's popular? If it's popular, maybe I should do a video about it. That for me is not really living. That's a business, and I'm not saying that's bad or that's wrong. If you're successful at it, that's great. But for me personally, I didn't. I just wanted to live and take people along for the ride. I didn't want to develop myself to seem interesting. I mean, let's face it, a lot of what I do up here is pretty boring. Mike P, it's not really about competing, just about getting by. Yeah. Go ahead and run the ads. Don't feel bad about it. Well, I mean, the ads I make on streams is like $2.40 or $3. I think $2.50 is the most I've ever made on a stream. It's not like I'm punishing myself, Mike P, by not running ads. At $2, I would rather not make $2 a stream. I'd rather not do that and have you guys not have to deal with ads. That for me is more valuable to me. because I really dislike watching ads. It's one of the reasons why I simply don't tune into mainstream anything. I don't watch television. If I am watching anything with an ad, I immediately just turn it off or click on something else and come back to it. I just refuse to do ads. I know I have some what could be considered some extreme viewpoints on this topic, and that's fine by me. That's just how I feel. So I'd rather you guys not have ads. Be able to watch these streams. All 13 of you watch these streams without ads. I mean, what am I going to do with $2? And then, of course, I have to wait for that $2 to get $100 before I get a payout. So it's just not worth it. Also, if you have any cabin build that was never published, yeah. I think I had a lot of footage of this build and me doing this that I didn't publish. I didn't publish everything that I did up here. But at that time, I wasn't in the mindset. I was employed. And I just was trying to get it done and, live the lifestyle I wanted. So I wasn't overly concerned with YouTube. I mean, I disappeared from YouTube for a while, and it was quite refreshing. Having been in it for several years prior, it was nice not having to look at my phone and look at views. I'm really not promoting myself now, am I? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Not for everybody. I think it's really about honesty and being honest. And when you have people start to want things from you, or when you start paying attention to the algorithm and what it wants and what it says is popular, and maybe you should consider creating videos about this because it's super popular now. I just that's not being genuine. That's not being real. That's running a business. Eugene Fur, my faves have been the cabin build, the mountaintop ram. Oh, yeah. Ranger pup in snowmobile at night, and your recent build. Oh, thank you, Eugene. Yeah. The cabin build was definitely, I have fond memories of that, and also some very painful memories. That one for me was just I won't go into details here, but it was actually quite a painful time. If I look back at my life and look at the big uncomfortable moments, building that log cabin towards the end was extremely. Sometimes I think there might be still some trauma there from that episode. But I do have a lot of fond memories about it too, for sure. Ranger pup in the snowmobile, yeah, that is a good one. I actually found a little clip of that the other day as I was going through some stuff on the hard drive, and I watched that again. Pretty cool. Mountaintop Ram was lovely. Yeah, that was Northern Idaho. Northern Idaho, guys. That's where it's at. Northern Idaho, this part of Montana, the western edge of Montana. I'm going to say it. Northeast Washington is pretty nice as well. There is some great areas out there. It's unfortunate about that it's in the state of Washington, but there's some beautiful geography in Northeast Washington. This Pacific Northwest is where it's at for me, personally. I am curious about Kentucky and those areas, the Appalachia. some areas down there. I haven't spent a lot of time. I've driven through there at different times, but I'd like to explore that. And then the Alaskan coastline. Failing that, there's always Siberia or Costa Rica on my cabin cleaner's yacht, sailboat. A boy can dream. A boy can dream. Maybe a part-time job in the afternoon so you don't need to get up at 4 a.m. like you used to. Yeah, something's got to happen there. We'll see. It's all about getting a vehicle. I need to trust a vehicle I can depend on. When you buy, I have zero intention of ever getting into debt again for a vehicle. But when you buy used secondhand vehicles for a couple grand, it can be a challenge. And you live this far away from any kind of employment, it can be a real challenge. Not having transport is interesting and definitely works against you with finding employment. So, something like that may have to happen, Mike P. It's, good jobs. In order for me to drive somewhere daily, twice a day, it really needs to pay fairly well just to cover the expense of getting there and back. When you live this far out, I mean, there has to be some meat in order to take the job to make it worthwhile. And it can be tough rural finding a good gig. I think Mike P, for me, there's I don't want to air all my my frailties out online, but I'm constantly disappointed by what I see in civilization. So also being strongly independent has its challenges too in a team environment. It's corporate speak. It sounds like I'm making a lot of excuses, but no, something has to change here coming out of winter, guys. There could be some major life changes coming up here. I don't know how many, yeah, I won't go there. Mike P, maybe a part-time job. I'm on YouTube Premium, so no commercials. I love it. I hope they pay you when I view. So, YouTube's gone through a huge change, Eugene Fur. The older your video is, the less payout you get, even though if people are viewing it. I'm not kidding you when I tell you I haven't seen a payment from YouTube for at least 4 months now. And the last one, I think, was maybe $160 ballpark. So it's not like even the stuff I've done in the past, like I'm getting payouts from. I'm living on residual. It's little to nothing. You really there was a heyday on YouTube, guys, where you could make I won't say easily, but if you had people watching your videos and you had tens of thousands of views, you could make a 1,000. I mean, at my most, I was maybe making. I hate talking about money, but it's so old in the past. But I could make $1,500-$1,600 a month from YouTube back in the day. But YouTube changed things. They really encourage and forced creators to just. For a long time, you could live on sort of income from old videos, but they changed the whole thing. So they forced creators to really stay up to date and to continue to just jam out content if you wanted to keep revenues up. That's why you saw a change on YouTube where a lot of people and companies, there are companies out there, I've been approached by companies multiple times, like, we can get your viewership up, we have video editors. You'll see a lot of the super popular channels, when you get to a point, they actually bring in an editor. They usually have a company that does the editing. They just send the video off, does the editing, puts it together, does the thumbnail. And so the creator can just be out like making video, not worrying about like editing it, uploading it, and doing all the other sideline stuff. And then, of course, those companies take cuts. When I started on YouTube and was doing fairly well, those companies didn't exist. This is a fairly new thing in the last, I would say, 6 or so years, 6, 7 years, that there are now companies working for the actual creators doing all the background work. So I always just ignore these people when they approach me. Like I have all kinds of ridiculous emails like, we can guarantee doubling your YouTube viewership, increasing revenue, yada, yada, yada. But you almost have to go lean into that if you want to like make money on YouTube. It's quite interesting how the playing field has changed, and clearly I haven't changed with it. I'm gonna let Ranger out. Okay, I think I've talked a lot about revenue and all that. That's not really what I want to discuss here, but I think you guys get the gist of it. I don't want to bore you with that stuff. Mike P. Gotcha. Same Eugene. I have a deep dislike for ads. Hey, I love Washington, but the Pacific Northwest altogether. Yeah, Pacific Northwest is a good place to be. Appalachian and Costa Rica, much warmer than Alaska. Yeah. I don't know. Something's got to change here, guys. Tomahawk. OGW, you should show us what it takes for you to get into town to get supplies. Maybe I mean, if I don't get a ride or get... I put the word out and I haven't received anything back yet for a possible ride into town, but hitchhiking into town might be one thing, but if I got a bag of chicken feed and some boxes to bring back out here, it's gonna be tough trying to hitch a ride or walk in this weather or get to places to try and hitch a ride with a bag of chicken food on my shoulder and boxes and groceries in my backpack. I've come really close to considering walking 8 miles to try and start the hitching sequence. So we'll see. If I end up doing that, Tomahawk, I'll definitely take the camera along. S box vehicles are a problem, often a curse. S box. I'm not sure what that is, family plan. Apologies, I have my mechanical limitations. S box. Did I miss something? Mike P. Yes, family plan. I learned this to the hard way, trying to be frugal. Oh, okay, I got it. S box. Copy. I got it, guys. I totally agree. I work a blue-collar guy in corporate and die a little inside every day. But unfortunately, we all have to support ourselves somehow. Living is more expensive than ever, yeah. Yeah, Mike P. I mean, this lifestyle is possible, but I think one needs to have your ducks in a row more so than I did. I'm kind of a... how do you put this? Like, I don't mind beating myself to death in order to live the way I want to. Like, I can handle a beating, but I think handling that beating in your 20s, 30s, and 40s is going to be a little more easier than handling the beatings in your 50s. What else do I want to say? That's not really how I wanted to say it. I think a retirement... I could probably get away with this lifestyle with like $400-500 a month. But God forbid something happens. I don't know, hospital or vehicle. You're really in a bad spot. It really doesn't take a lot to live like this. I would advise anybody to really get their ducks in a row and have some kind of passive income or retirement, because you can come out and do this for very little if you think outside the box, and you're willing to beat yourself up a little bit. But having an income is, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. It gets a little hairy, guys, when there's no income. Gets a little hairy. I think I'm way too honest on these streams. I need to start lying or faking, being disingenuous. What I need is some yoga pants, and things will get better much faster. Yeah, Mike, I remember sitting in an office, sitting down in front of a computer screen. You know, the day hasn't even started. I'm just like sitting down, putting the power button on, watching Windows boot up, and I'm going, Lord, please, please get me out of here. I did that for almost 8 years. The painful. Granted, I did have a nice view. I did have a nice view outside my office window, but that was about it. And then, of course, this was Seattle. I had this. I had a beautiful view and this giant billboard outside the window, and periodically the billboard would change, okay, as billboards do. And then one day I got to work in the morning and looked out the window, and the billboard was, let's just say this was a time in Seattle where the promotion of alternative lifestyles was the thing. And so I had a massive billboard. As you looked out my window, here's the billboard. Nice view there, billboard here. The billboard was, let's just say, an alternative lifestyle couple sharing a loving moment. And it was the company was for a bank. And so that was my view. So I have to come into the office in the morning, hate my job, and then stare at a billboard like that. That was very difficult. Princess problems, though, right, guys? Princess problems. Now I stare out of my office window here, and I look at the horizon, and I think about cheese. Lots of cheese raining down. Cheese and milk. Organic grass-fed milk. It's another item I've been out of now, milk. Okay, I gotta let Ranger in. And then I think we might start shutting it down. I'm giving out way too much information. Come on, buddy. Okay, get up. OGW, you're not boring us. We're here trying to help figure a solution to help you. Oh, mate, Kevin, I appreciate it, mate. We all got problems. Actually, my problems aren't that bad, guys. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm really not. I'm just trying to paint an honest picture here, but don't get the wrong idea. I do. I'm very appreciative of my lifestyle. I do enjoy it every day. I do wake up with a smile, and 99% of my day is filled with. I feel pretty blessed to be up here and enjoyment. So hopefully, I'm not giving off any extreme vibes here. That's not my intention. Shit. Yes. Yoga pants, check. What are you eating, buddy? He's just chewing on something, and I know his bowl is dry. There's nothing in his food bowl, but he's munching on something. Okay. Eugene Fur, for trip to town, convert the snowmobile to wheels while there's no snow. Yeah. I can just see me rolling into town with my converted snowmobile. That won't create attention. Oh, I can barely fix my pickup truck and van. What, you want me to convert my snowmobile into a vehicle? Are you kidding me? Mike P. My saving grace is I get to go outside, sometimes driving for many hours, work alone fair bit, and the guys in my battalion are pretty tolerable compared to the rest of it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good, Mike. Good to hear. Again, I'm very happy with my life up here. I have a lot of joy every day. So. Try 70s almost. Very small fixed income and health insurance are all I have, all I need. No debt, no mortgage. Well, that's the key there, Eugene, right? I see so many folks just underwater in debt. And I don't want to go down this because I've gone down this rabbit hole, this rant. I've been down this rant hole before about debt and how so many folks are just treading water. Even as young couples, you're very quickly encouraged to get into debt in this country. And I see people in their 20s already carrying debt. And I've had some conversations with a few over the years, and the funny thing is, it's they always seem to feel like they've got to have debt to build their credit score. I mean, what a trap! What a trap! I mean, I've heard ridiculous things over the years. You've just got to know how to leverage your debt. Debt can be a tool. Yeah, I've heard it all. Tonight's dinner, well, finally, guys, I actually ate before. I decided I would get fed before the stream because, you know, we already talk. I find myself talking a lot about cheese on the stream, and I thought, well, let's not go to the cheese chat again. Let's eat before you're hungry. So, pasta. Tonight's dinner was pasta and chicken. I finally finished my garlic. So, not one of my girls outside, by the way. Chicken in a can, sadly. That's why I'm hoping to get to town. I need to replace my chicken in the can with more chicken in the can. Minty pork meatballs and brown rice pilaf. Tomahawk, OGW, do you need more bags for Ranger? Tomahawk, I am good, sir. I've still got... I've got like 2.5 bags of the food you sent me, sir. I appreciate that. So I'm good for now. Thank you. Ranger has more of a selection of food than I do, and that's the truth. Family plan tonight's dinner: ground beef and pasta. Nice. I was doing the ground beef and pasta there for a couple days. I live on 3 gallons skim milk per week. All person food gold equals liquid protein and more. Why the skim milk though, Eugene? I'm not a fan of skim milk. I got to do the whole milk. If I can, organic, grass-fed, free-ranged, maximum milk and fats. That's all I can drink. I tried some cheap skim milk a while back, and it didn't taste good at all. Well, when I say cheap, I mean you know, just a very regular big brand milk brand up here, and it didn't taste good at all. Anywho, you prefer the skim milk, Eugene? Are you comfortable now, bud? Ranger did about six pirouettes on his mat over here before he finally lay down. I thought he was going to get dizzy and fall down. You right there, bud? OGW, wife was making cookies tonight and reminded me to send you some more cookies when she makes the next batch. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'll take the cookies. I will take them. I will take all of them. Anyways, guys, what else we got? I think if we seem to be winding down. We have a grand total of. You ready for it, Ranger? 11. 11 viewers, Ranger. That's crazy, huh? Big time streamer. Yeah, that'd be great, Tomahawk. What else we got here? Anybody else? Anybody else? Mr. Gas Gas. Mr. Gas Gas pops in finally. Been watching on the TV tonight. My goodness, Mr. Gas Gas. I can't imagine what I must look like on a large TV. I feel like I need to get away from the camera. That must be a viewing nightmare. Do you have like one of these 60-inch televisions? And you can watch me in like HD. I only see myself on a little window this size. I can't imagine viewing my face in anything bigger than that. How do you do you have a keyboard to type on if you're watching on a TV? I don't know how that works, guys. Internet on TV is a new thing for me. It's a new tech. I'm just not used to that tech. Three different types of cookie. How do you decide which one you want to eat? Jeez. For anyone who wants the premium raw milk experience, a North Idaho treat, Pleasant Meadow Creamery. Oh, I'm opening that link. I think that's what? That link. What just happened here? That's strange. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think that's the milk I've bought. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, gentlemen, that's the milk there in the bottle. Milk, full cream milk. It's slightly yellow, as milk should be. Okay, milk shouldn't be pure white. That means it's been bleached. It's had all the goodness taken out of it. Filtered and pasteurized. It leaves you with like a bleached milk. I'm looking at that milk in the bottle, guys. If you look at the link that Family Plan put in, it's in a glass bottle, and the milk is slightly yellow. That milk is like nectar from the heavens when you drink it, guys. It is a spiritual experience when you drink that milk. I'm familiar. I'll let Ranger out. I mean, you need to drink that and then like go run or hike a mountain, right? Delicious cream. You don't want to live a sedentary life and drink lots of milk like that. I mean, I get it. I get it. You got to kind of still be moving. I'm just staring at the giant image of the milk they have at the bottom of that page. Oh my gosh. How do I get that? Oh, that's good stuff. Anyways, that's what I get when I'm in Bonner's Ferry. Okay. Let me drag myself away from the beautiful cow and the bottles of milk. I never thought there'd be a day, guys, where I'd be staring at milk, pictures of milk online, with my mouth salivating, thinking about drinking it. Yeah. Pleasant Meadow Creamery. I got used to skim males after decades of 2%. Just getting the fat for old age. Brand is critical. Yeah, I understand that. You've, I get it. I mean, if there's some other issues going on and you need to cut fat, I get that. But I'm a huge proponent. While I still burn a lot of calories and move around a lot, the real deal, full cream is what I need. Tomok, everyone needs to send OGW a letter or card that he can hang on his wall of cards and pictures. Here, guys. Let's fill it up, and this side too. Yes, it is huge. 72 inches makes you bigger than life. Oh my gosh. Mr. Gas, I'm so sorry. I really apologize. I don't know what way. It's reversed on my screen. I don't know which way to push my hair. Hopefully I'm presentable on that massive screen of yours, sir. I can't imagine. I don't think I want to see myself. Am I far enough away from the screen, guys? Not too close. I actually get very uncomfortable watching myself on a video. I like to watch it once and then I'm done. Not, watch it when I'm editing the video. I'll watch the whole thing through when I'm after editing and then I'm done with it. I never go back and really watch videos. It's a bit weird. Eat them all. Oh yeah, I gotcha. Eat them all. That is the milk to drink when celebrating Milk Day. Yes, that's the only day I'm interested in celebrating is the MILK Day. Milk Day. It's the only it's the only one I acknowledge. I cannot drink milk. Oh, okay, I'll stop talking about milk then, guys. I'm sorry, Mr. Gas. So good. Yep, the 75 looks great here. I just use my computer with cell phone ISP, big screen TV. Wow. I don't see my card on the wall. Oh. I think I took all the Christmas cards and put them somewhere. Yeah, it still needs to go up there. You got me, criminal paralegal. We got to get it up there still. I'm short of the little sticky things that you use to put the cards up as well. I think that's why nothing else is up there right now. I don't have the appropriate sticky material. Eugene Fur, yep, do 3+ miles a day. Milk is much better electrolyte source versus Gatorade. Oh, I can't remember the last time I had a Gatorade. I am guilty of one or two of those energy drinks in spring or summer. That's probably something I shouldn't drink at all, but I have on the odd occasion when I've been financially able to. In summer, I enjoy one of those little energy drinks, even though they're horrible and nobody should be drinking them. Family plan. Sorry to hear that. A lot of people have difficulty drinking A1 protein milk as it is the most commonly available here in the US. A2 milk is much more digestible. Try finding a A2 milk. What's the differences between A1 and A2? Family plan. I'm not up to date on that. Eugene Ferrer, I just measured your head. It is 12+ inches. Oh boy. Well, at least you didn't say I measured your head. It's big. The problem when I get this far away from anything in the world, like I can't see. Right now, I can't see any text on the computer. I still can't. Now I can. 12+ inches. Dang. Okay. What else we got here? We still have some folks milling around. Eugene Fur, I apologize if I've asked you this before, but whereabouts are you from? You don't have to be specific, just curious in general. And again, I apologize if I already asked you. It's hard to keep track of, everybody's location in chat. Criminal Paralegal, I think I said this to you 8 years ago about those energy drinks are heart attack in a can. Yeah, they are. They are. It's okay. I mean, I don't drink them often. Like once every 3 or 4 months, at least lately. 1 or 2 a month in spring and summer. Okay, I did show these images on Friday night stream, but for those of you who are curious what it kind of sort of looks like up here, I'm going to share some images with you. That was Friday. Yeah, I took these Friday afternoon. And we've had 2 days of drizzle since. So it's looking a little muddier and a little more brown than what you're seeing here. Just in 2 days. Eugene for Oregon, just into the south end hills of Willamette Valley. Okay. I've done quite a bit along the Oregon coastline. Obviously, Portland, the weird city of Portland. I haven't really done eastern Oregon, and I have spent time along the river on the border with Washington. I forget some of the small towns on the river there. They're really popular. I used to kiteboard, and there's a town along the river there in Oregon that is very popular in the windy months for kiteboarding on the river. I forget the name now, but I've been down there a few times. 4 or 5 times over the years back in the day. Oregon's also very pretty, especially along the coastline. Anyways, back to my 12-inch head. Here I am. I gotta bring Ranger in. What's your dealio, bud? Come on, get up here. Get up here. Whoosh. I'm not going to pick you up. You're going to have to get up on your own. Yep. Ben, Columbia River, yes, thank you. Chomok, OGW, was it the D River in Oregon? The D River? No, I was thinking about the Columbia River. Unless I'm missing something. But did Family Plan, did you get back to me on the cow breeds that produce A1 protein milk? Oh, there we go. Are preferred by Big Agri as they produce greater yields. Okay. But A1 seems to be less digestible, bioavailable. Okay. Oh, I'm curious about that. Interesting. Gotcha. It is in Lincoln City. trying to think if I even went through Lincoln City. Sounds familiar. There's shoots, yes. Yes, okay. Cow breeds that produce A2 protein milk are not as productive and are seen as not profitable. Big Agri wants $1. Okay, yeah, I got you now. Got you, family plan. It's probably the heritage breeds cows as opposed to the more hybrid cows that have been developed over the years. All right, folks, I'm going to sign off here. Workday tomorrow. Hey, Mike P, thanks, mate. I appreciate you and your support. And yeah, you going into your week. You have a good one. And Friday night, maybe you'll be able to join us for the elite team on Friday night. You have a good one, Mike. Lincoln City is on the coast. Yeah, it sounds familiar. It's been several years since I've been down there. Like several years. Like 12 years, 13 years. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I think Lincoln City summers in the 1950s for me. I bet it looks a lot different right now in 1950s. Does anyone know or been to Oyes, Oregon? Never heard of it, Tomahawk. Otis. Maybe I've heard of it now. I've never been there. Where is it? At Eastern Oregon? Sorry, guys. I was just checking maybe a message here about a lift into town and oof. Otis, that sounds like a military jargon. Western Oregon near Lincoln City. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I was thinking of Otis elevators or something. Anyways, guys, I think maybe we should wind things down here. It looks like I may have a ride tomorrow, leaving 7:30 a.m., which is pretty early. I'm going to have to respond, but yeah. Anyways, guys, okay. I think we're going to call it a night here on the stream, and I appreciate all you guys for popping in, and I do enjoy the chat. I do appreciate you guys coming on and spending your time, your evenings here. And yeah, so Friday evenings, for those of you who don't know, Friday evenings, offgridwarrior.com/TV. I stream there. And that's where I'll be on Friday evening. We'll be watching some kind of movie and having some elite conversations. Elite does sound cheesy, I'll admit. So, yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can maybe capture a ride tomorrow and go from there. I might make a coffee. I don't have any milk, and I'm out of sugar as well. That's another one. No sugar, no milk, just good old-fashioned black coffee. The cheap kind of black coffee. You know, the stuff that puts hairs on your chest, like I need anymore, but might have to have an early night here. Okay, guys. Tomahawk, thank you, Eugene. Good to chat with you, sir. Thanks for swinging by this evening. Nice to see you, Paralegal. Nice to see you too. Family Plan, good night, OGW and crew. Thank you, Family Plan. Hopefully you guys are doing well and staying warm and dry. Yep. Well, you can't call it Little Sambo's anymore? Or is this a little restaurant or something? Tomahawk? Hey, Natal, thank you for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. It was good to see you. Mr. Gas. Thanks for watching me on the big screen, Mr. Gas. I feel like a movie star, knowing that you're sitting there watching me on your gigantic TV. You got to let me know when you're watching me on the television so I can, move back a little bit. I'm a little uncomfortable with anybody being that close to me. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a night. Thank you. You all have a good week. Have a safe week. Gotcha. All right, guys. I'm going to finally do it. I'm going to hit the button that says stop streaming. So cheers. We'll see you next time.